And also, I left my Breathe Right nasal strip on that I sleep with at night because of my sinus issues, so hopefully no one comments today, oh, he's out of breath, he's out of breath. No, motherfuckers, I have sinus and inner ear problems. I do 2 hours of cardio a day right now. The only place I have bad genetics is in my arms and my relatively narrow hips. So I'm going to be experimenting a bit though, and getting a little more aesthetic because it will improve my outreach. And I've talked to quite a few really legitimate experts out there who do have access to cutting edge data and research. It isn't always publicly available. People who do work with serious bodybuilders, professional athletes, of some of the methods and things that are being used successfully here that not everybody knows about. Now, a lot of this I may or may not make publicly available with what I'm going to be doing, but I will probably at the end go into some details on some of these things, because I will be using some methods that are perfectly legal, aren't even banned in natural bodybuilding, and can't be tested for even in the Olympics. Now, all of my mother's friends used to ask me, you know, what's the secret? What's the secret? How have you lost all this weight? And I used to tell them it was just sheer hard work. There is no secret. I just eat better and I exercised till exhaustion, and it was just, all it took was hard work and me saying that this is the most important thing in my life right now, that I have to do this. But the truth of it is that's not true. It wasn't that simple. The secret was that I accepted personal accountability, that I accepted that it wasn't my genetics. I had to accept that it's not my genetics. It's not something outside of my control, that I am responsible for my obesity, that it is my actions, my lifestyle, my choices that control the results. That is the secret. When you accept that you are in control, you're accountable, that what happens is based upon what you do every single day. Your choices. And that was the secret to my fat loss. And for some reason, there's people who seem to think that I've never been a bodybuilder. They always see things online. People say Jason doesn't know how to cut. He's never been had a six-pack, never been single-digit body fat. And I laugh my ass off because these people are completely unaware of my personal background. I have been 5% body fat before. I fucking hate it, but I've been there. And I do know how to get there. And yeah, that's the type of tricks that I use because I have a voracious appetite. I genetically and naturally have an absurd appetite, but if I go into a very mild ketosis and I pop metformin, my appetite goes away. I don't get hungry anymore. And a lot of people aren't aware, but I have been contest fit before when younger. Needless to say, this hasn't been any time near the last decade, but I have been there. I hate it, would never do it again, not interested in it. So what I'm trying to do is just push down to the 9 to 10% range over time to increase my outreach. So people say, wow, maybe this guy actually knows what he's talking about. I should listen to him. So that is the whole point in me getting lean, is to improve the outreach of this channel. It will put me in a better position to actually be a voice of authority that younger people will listen to. And the thing is, yes, I'm having to do it slow because I am older, guys. I'm 38 years old. I do have a medical issue that has an autoimmune component. I can't get away with blasting large amounts of gear. And I have to work around the fact that I'm 38 years old with a major medical issue. So I can't get away with certain things that a lot of you much younger, healthier guys can get away with to get the same results. So I'm going to have to do it slightly slower, which is what you guys have been seeing. But I am making consistent progress. I'm working towards it, and I'm not backing down. Because obviously, for people who observe, I don't find cutting particularly easy. I don't find fat loss particularly easy, but at least I can be honest about what that is that's causing it. You think it's caused from the fact that I starve myself and I do too little cardio? That's what keeps me at a pretty high body weight. All that extra cardio I do in starvation, I'm going into starvation mode? No, it's because I'm hungry. I have an insane, mind-boggling appetite. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, you said before you were going to train for some aesthetics. That was a long time ago, and remember, there was someone interfering with my diet at the time. If I see something that I want to eat, if I've eaten pretty well, followed my diet for the day, and I see a slice of pizza, and I really want that slice of pizza, I'm going to eat a slice of pizza or a bowl of ice cream. Now, do I do that sort of thing all the time? No. But if I'm out and about, or I'm at a restaurant, or with friends or family, I'm not going to avoid delicious foods that other people are eating to follow some arbitrary diet of some type. I'm going to eat that. And most of the time I stick to my general thing of whole foods, high carb, moderate protein, low fat, and I try to get a lot of fiber and vegetables in. And it seems to be working well for me right now. I'm making good progress, and I'm happy with the results. And the discomfort of starving myself doesn't weigh out against any perceived benefits of getting ripped. I just don't see any perks to being ripped versus having to suffer. Now, I can admit that. So what I need to work on for now, for the rest of the year, I'm going to work on my physique so that people on YouTube will decide that I look like I actually lift. And since I do have a background in human biomechanics and sports physiology, I think I can pull this off. So I've changed my training. You guys will see over time how I'm doing that. I'm going to make a transformation for you guys, and I will put it all in an ebook when I'm done for everyone to look at it. For people who gain fat easy, how to get the type of physique that they want. People like me, the easy gainers. So it's coming along nicely. A lot of people may not notice it because I have a shirt on, but my fat loss in the last 2 weeks has been pretty dramatic. I have partied my ass off this week, and yet I haven't gained any weight. I've gained, actually, if anything, I've lost about half a pound. I've gone out every night for the last 3 nights and partied really, really hard. And you coordinate with all your lady friends who are trying to diet and lose weight. Fortunately for me, I have like 3 right now who are really trying to take their training a little more seriously and diet, get in shape. So what I find works is that working with them, they're going to do all these house parties and going out and things. Coordinate with them Jello shots to where you can do things like sugar-free gelatin or sugar-free Jello for Jello shots. Some people don't even have to do that, like Brittany. Everyone's like, man, your girlfriend should really be giving advice to everyone on how to get in shape. I get a few people who joke and say she should be giving it instead of me because of the transformation she did, but I'm like, I coached her. She's following my routines. Now, obviously, I want to remind you guys again, I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not going to look like a bodybuilder. I will probably get lean enough to have abs in the next few months as I continue to cut down. So if anyone thinks I'm obese still now or that I'm at an unhealthy or unathletic body fat, they literally have a mental disorder. They don't know anything about human body composition or health at that point. I've got visible abdominal muscles, guys. I'm not sitting here fat. I got quite a bit of love handle left, but you know, I'm not fat by any medical definition of the word. I'm 5'9", 218. I have 18-inch arms and a 50-inch chest. Let me get something else out of the way up front. A lot of people, every time I make a video on this, they say, well, Jason, you shouldn't be talking about fat acceptance. You're obese. You're in the minority in the fitness world. The people who have these ideas of everyone needs to be ultra ripped or they're obese, people who are classifying me as obese need to realize I am not medically obese by any definition of the word. And if you're trying to classify me as obese, I'm sorry, you need to get psychiatric help. You have a major body image disorder. Because whether people seem to realize it or not, I am honestly at the healthy body fat level. Again, bodybuilding world has some weird ideas and they get all in the online fitness community. But I am way overweight due to the amount of muscle I have. Occasionally people say things like, oh, you only bash on people being really ripped and talk about the risk because you can't get ripped. No, guys, I don't want to get ripped. I bash on getting ripped because it's stupid and dangerous. And I don't see any merit to it. I see it as all risk, all damage with absolutely zero reward and zero payoff for doing it. It's stupid. You still have to bust your ass to make gains on gear. Really? The science says you're full of shit. All of you guys are full of shit. It's all drugs and it's all genetics. That's all bodybuilding is. The reason some of these guys look so fantastic, they're genetics. You just put the right drugs into the guys with the right genes and they're going to look amazing. It's nothing to do with what they know. It's about the parents they picked and what needle they put in their butt cheek. That's it. That's all bodybuilding is. Nothing more, nothing less. Just is what it is. Think about it. Stop and think about it. And all these guys want to pretend that you need an amazing work ethic, an amazing knowledge of training, and to bust your ass, and to know how to eat to gain muscle. Bullshit. A lot of the bigger YouTubers do give me credit here. They all watch my stuff. They get ideas from me. And that is the fact that every single person on earth should be lifting weights for the health benefits and the quality of life benefits that it gives based upon all the data and research that we now have. If it actually starts to feel like a sacrifice or a struggle to you, you are wasting your life doing something that you don't enjoy that's completely optional. Quit doing it. It's as easy as that. It's that simple. All you have to do is just say, screw it. I don't want to do squats anymore. I don't want to do leg presses anymore. I want to go to the gym one day and we can do a few curls and crunches and go home. That's all you have to do. At any time, you can make that choice and just say, that's all I want to do. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to work out anymore. It's just too hard. Well, why should I work out? Why should I work out? You know what, guys? Look, every human being on the planet who wants to be healthy should be lifting weights. Everyone. There's no excuse not to. Everyone can find the time to get to the gym and lift 2 to 3 days a week, no matter who you are, and the benefits of it make it intrinsically valuable to every human being on earth. So this whole idea about their struggles and the sacrifice and their hard work, if you really see it as hard work, you should probably reconsider what you're doing. I'm just saying. So there are a lot of health and quality of life benefits to lifting weights that every single person on earth should do that requires a commitment of less than 2 hours per week. I go in and deadlift 2 or 3 times every week. I usually work with 500 pounds for working sets, and you know what? Some people will call that hard work. I don't. I like deadlifting. I enjoy doing it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't do it. I don't really think it's hard. If I felt like deadlifting was hard, I would quit doing it. And those of us who know these benefits, those of us who lift weights, we should really go out of our way when we know these things. It is morally imperative that we spread that word to people we care about, people we love, our loved ones. We should be passionate about that, those of us who are into fitness. We need to do our best to help encourage the people that we care about in our lives to lift weights for these reasons and do so in a way that's not going to push them away from it, because it could actually be the difference between someone that you love and that you care about, your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, from getting cancer or diabetes. It is that big of a deal. So people need to end with this silly bullshit about sacrifice. It's just ridiculous. Come on. If it feels like hard work or sacrifice to you, then find something else to do that you enjoy more. But what I find is that if you suffer from body dysmorphia at all or muscle dysmorphia, the best thing you can possibly do is to completely stop caring about your appearance at all and actually tell yourself it doesn't matter and tell everyone else it doesn't matter. And the best way to reinforce that is to make fun of everyone who cares what their body looks like. And as crazy as that sounds, and it might seem like a dick move, I found that when I started making fun of bodybuilders and saying, wow, you guys are a bunch of fucking faggots, when you do that, it reprograms your brain. And then when you reprogram your brain to where you see people who train for aesthetics as beta bitches, and you see it that way in your own mind, they're not all that way, guys. And that's just not true. And that's not saying that that is true, but what I find is that when you take that mindset and you think that they're laughable and pathetic, and they're a bunch of little cocksucking faggots, anyone who cares about their aesthetics, when you take that mentality in your head, your body dysmorphia completely disappears. Because you step back and go, well, I don't want to be a cocksucking faggot. I don't want to be that person. Fuck that. And when you make that mental association with your head that they're all beta pussies, everyone who cares about their appearance as a man, your body dysmorphia goes away like that, like fucking instantly. It's just like it throws a switch in your brain to where you go, well, who gives a fuck?